What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video. This one's going to be a little bit more strategic and less hands-on, but hopefully it's going to be valuable. And what we're going to be talking about is just some of the strategies that I'm thinking about personally to go from where I am to 50K per month with a few constraints, right? Currently, by the way, it is June 1st, and what you're looking at right here is a dashboard that I created, which is the positive replies by the date they replied inside SmartLead. And so we've got a few of them here. Um, and like we can keep going back. And as you see, I have not done any outreach in a very, very long time. Like the last time I actually tried to do any sort of cold outreach was all the way back in March, right? And prior to this, I was getting an insane amount of leads. So all of these leads are coming from Smart Leads. So this is all of these campaigns over here, right? And I was just a single dude, like just me, right? And so what happened is I'm getting like 80 leads, however many leads this is, and I'm not selling them with conviction because I know that if I was to convert like 10% of these people, so let's say it's 80 leads, I convert 8 people, 8 companies, that would actually kill me because I actually can't deliver for that. And so what you see is that the demand that I was able to generate is way, way higher than the supply that I had for the agency. And so I ended up having to take a break from this because actually, to tell you what happened, I onboarded 3 clients in a matter of 2, 3 days, and instantly my model broke because it was so much work, like to a degree beyond like what I felt comfortable doing, and so I had to pause some of those contracts because I just couldn't handle it, right? And so since then, the only way that I've been getting new sales is from inbound leads and referrals, right? But now I'm starting to think about like going back out into the market with better operations, better systems in place so that we can actually capture the demand that exists for my services, right? And so that's what I've been working on the past few months, making sure that we can actually utilize these leads. And by the way, before this, I was working with just one client, figuring things out, learning slowly, and just overscaled. But no big deal. We're coming back, right? So let us talk about some of the goals. So the goal is 50K per month, right? This is the goal. And like this is just the goal because that's where I am, but obviously like once I hit this, the goalpost is literally just going to move. But for now, 50K per month. My price, right? My price ranges from 3K to 6K per month, right? So this is my price. And what the 3K is like a starter price, and then we work our way to 6K per month. The only people who pay 6K per month to me are people who are getting good results, essentially, right? So assuming all my clients are getting good results, we would be at 6K per month. But if that's not the case, we would be at 3K per month. And so what we need to get to 6K per month is good results. But it's not just good results, right? Because if you get 10 leads, it's not good. We actually want to replicate what we've got here, which is good, right? This is good results, but consistently, right? And so what we don't want to see is gaps in positive replies. So I would rather have, instead of something like this where we've got a bunch of leads over here and then 1, 1, 1, I would rather have 2, 2, 2, 2, right? Every single day, consistently 2 leads, right? And so that's what one thing we're going to need to have. So good results, consistent results. And so if we can get good results and they can be consistent results, right? then I think we should be good. And so if all clients are at 3K per month, right? Then to get to 50K per month, we would basically need to have 15 clients, 16 clients, right? 16 clients. And so if we were to be at 6K per month, on the other hand, it would be 8 clients, right? So this is basically what I need to solve for. I need to solve for how do I maintain 16 clients, and then how do I get strong enough results that 50% of them ascend to the 6K per month price, right? Because on a long enough time horizon, it's going to work itself out, right? So that we were hitting the 50K per month, right? If we can get all clients to be 3K per month and deliver bad results, that's fine. But I would rather get good results for 8 clients, right? And so we're going to be somewhere in the middle of that, where maybe we have 10, 12, 11 clients, some of them paying 6K per month, some of them paying 3K per month, somewhere in between that, right? But we just need to solve for maintaining to our capacity, so maintaining for 16 clients with average results, or getting really good results for all of them. So we need to solve for these two things. And that's what this is going to be about. So it's going to be about the automations and the strategies that we need to think about for that. Now, here's how I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it from several weeks, right? I actually don't use Canva like that. So I don't know how to actually, is it Control or Shift? This is my first time using the whiteboard. Um, and so I don't know how this works. Anyways, it's fine. So what we're gonna need to have, okay, I'm getting stuck on that and I don't need to. What we're gonna have here is time. So, right? So I'm gonna put this is time, and I'm gonna measure this in months, right? But honestly, years is fine with me too. But I honestly like months is fine. And then over here is going to be on clients, right? So see clients, but more like client onboarding and time. And so when I onboard a client, right, in month one, uh, no, not clients. I'm gonna make this to be work, right? And then this is gonna be 40 hours. So 40 hours is gonna be what I'm solving for. So 40 hours per week. This is work. This is time on a long enough time horizon. And so how I'm thinking about this is that when I onboard a new client, everything that I do is going to usually be in the client onboarding process. And so in the client onboarding process, if we can set up this client with all of the with all of the things, right? Like during the client onboarding process, we create the campaigns. And actually, I already have where's a good place to show you this onboarding process? I'm just going to show you the template, right? So template, onboarding. Okay, give me 1 second. So I would love to show you guys like some of the client onboarding docs, but they contain some sensitive information, and I don't want that to be out there. But like this is an example of an onboarding doc. So we do all of the research, we determine all of the campaigns, and down here there's actually going to be like 12 campaigns, potentially more. And so if you really think about it, right, we when a brand new client is onboarded, we create 12 new campaigns, right? And then weekly, we create one new campaign, right? So this 12 new campaigns is within the first 2 weeks. And then on a weekly basis, we're creating one new campaign, right? And so if you look at this graph that we've got over here, the work starts really, really, really heavy, right? Because we're creating a bunch of campaigns, but we're not only just creating, right? Maybe I should actually put it like this. So within the first 2 weeks, and then make this a heading. So heading 3, we're creating 12 new campaigns. We are creating domains, inboxes, infrastructure, right? And then we are also, by the way, creating reply templates. We're creating clay tables, right? So we need to create the clay tables. We also need to create the smart lead subsequences, subsequence templates, right? We need to create the clay tables and automations, right? We need to create a communication cadence, right? And not just a cadence, but communication workflow and understanding and whatever, like just work like honestly, just say like meetings, right? Onboarding meetings. Like if you think about it, the moment you onboard a client, you have an onboarding meeting with them or something like that, and then maybe you have another meeting to go over the campaign and do all these other things. And so that takes time, right? And on a weekly basis, maybe you can have a weekly meeting, right? Or we could just send a weekly report, right? Campaign report. And that's what we've got, right? I've already got something like that, right? So create one new campaign report, basic communication, right? Just basic updates, right? Like analyze the updates, basic updates, highlight positives slash negatives, talk about strategy. So like if we notice one campaign is doing amazing, we can just tell the client, hey, we're going to be switching the strategy to this. But the point that I'm trying to get to is like, if you look at like at least the way that I've set up my operations, like the first 2 weeks are crazy intense. We're creating campaigns, domains, inboxes. We're creating reply templates, clay tables, subsequences, communication, and on a weekly basis, there's like nothing, right? And so that's personally the way that I would rather work, where all of the work is handled up front as opposed to, because let me tell you what happens, right? Let me tell you what happens, right? So you've got a capacity of 40 hours, right? So this is your capacity. For me, it's actually probably it's mine's probably like 40 hours because the other time I'm spending creating content and doing things like that, right? So you've got a margin of error over here because you've onboarded a brand new client, and then this time is spent managing your other clients. So you've got all these weekly campaigns, reports. That's the time that you dedicate to your other clients. And then this right here is the time that you're dedicating to your brand new client, making sure that they're getting a great client experience. But everyone else is also doing just fine because you've set it up like that, right? Now, the other way that you can set something up like this is where you do a little bit of work for clients when they get onboarded. You do a little bit of work for another client when they get onboarded. You do a little bit of work when another client gets onboarded. You do a little bit of work, and then you keep doing it like this, right? Right? So that's perfect, right? And so we've got your capacity right here, which is again 40 hours. Now, here's the problem that happens when you onboard clients like this, and that's what I was talking about with onboarding 3 clients in like 2 days, and the problem with that. The problem with something like that, right? The problem with something like that is, for example, right? Let's go with a red marker. Deliverability goes to shit. This client, he needs more attention, right? And so when someone needs more attention like this, it doesn't just affect, it affects your whole workload, because now you have to go over here to compensate for that. And that goes above your capacity, right? But what if this deliverability problem is really, really bad and affects all your clients? Then what happens is you go here with one client, you go here with another 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 client, all the way up until like this just keeps going up, right? And so that's what I'm trying to avoid with a system like this, because it's kind of controlled, right? And worst case scenario, if something was to go wrong, we would move this onboarding process to 2 weeks, right? Right? And actually, that's not even accurate, because if we were to move it to 2 weeks, it would start lower, right? So we would actually move it to 2 weeks like this and then continue, right? And if it was really bad, we could just do what everyone else does, which is like this. But what ends up happening is that we get more time. So when we do this 2 week thing, we get this time back to focus on putting out the fires for our other clients. And same thing goes here, right? This time, all of this, like, we can actually start to put out some fires for all the other clients, right? And so that's what I'm solving for. I'm solving for not being overwhelmed. If you're solving for something else, then that's cool. Like, you obviously build your operations differently. And so where, what am I getting to? What am I getting to? Right. So we need to actually have a capacity. So operational rules, I'm going to call it operational rules, means no onboarding more than one client at a time. That would be something that you would have to consider with a system like this, because as you can see, that would just cause problems. Because it would actually be so much worse than this. And so if you want to grow really, really fast, I would probably recommend you build your operations like this, where you onboard clients and you do the work over a long period of time. If you want to go slowly, but you also want to do it efficiently, I think this might work better. Like the 4 hour work week, which is not really what I'm striving for. I mean, whatever, it doesn't matter. But like, if you wanted to basically make your client management and processes easy to manage after the first 2 weeks, you would go like this. If you want to just go fast, you would do it like this, where the work is moved across time. So now that we've got all of these things, we need to start to think about some of the automations and operations that are going to need to be considered to make all of this stuff work. So 8 clients per 8 to 16 clients. So if we are thinking about it like that in terms of time, so we need to think about our time. Limit is 40 hours, which it's not actually, it's way more than that. But we have to think about it like this because I don't want to overwhelm myself. So limit is 40 hours per week. And we've got 8 to 12, 16 clients, right? 8 to 16 clients. 8 to 16 clients. What this means is that we would need to dedicate 5 uh 40 divided 16. We would need to dedicate 2 to 5 hours per week on client stuff. And when you put it like that, it actually becomes so much easier to work through. So this is, man, I needed to, like, I don't even know what you call these things. Is this a thesis? No idea. This is what we need to work towards. 2 to 5 hours per week. And here's the best part, right? So I've just gone through all of this, explaining all of these different things, blah 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 blah, right? But what if from the very first diagram, that we were looking at, what if you can onboard clients, right? So we've got this, right? What if you can onboard clients like this? So this is all the manual work. So this is manual. And then you automate all of this. You automate this. All of this is automated, right? And so we can still basically follow the rules, right? No onboarding more than one client just because we want to be safe. But because all of this is automated, we actually get the benefit of doing it like this, but we also get the long-term benefits of doing it like this as well. And so that would be the first automation, right? So client onboarding, and we're going to get into some of the automations that I've not built yet, but this is one that we have already built. So client onboarding, this takes care of all the SOPs that we use internally. So we add the clients to Smart Lead, we add them to Stripe, add them to Slack, add their information to HubSpot, add information to ClickUp, create different views, different lists, different things like that. In addition to that, we are adding them to Smart Lead, creating all the webhooks, creating all the folders, adding all the campaigns inside Smart Lead, doing all of these things, right? So we're already doing all of these things, and then we're sending them to Clay, and we are updating our ClickUp tasks with the IDs. And so where would that actually fit into the first 2 weeks? Oh, okay. So I didn't even put it there. So it's like administrative tasks. So like it's things you don't even think about. Administrative tasks. Like you didn't even think about, you didn't like I didn't even think about it. Like, but it's such a big headache. Like this stuff takes time. This stuff takes time, right? So this we strike through it. Strike through. We've got that taken care of. And this is automated. You guys got the point, right? And so the next thing, 12 new campaigns, right? Let's look at what I'm doing here. So one, we've got a few processes in place for this. And I've actually, I created this playbooks system over here, and I'm gonna need to actually like revamp how this playbook system works because it's actually very hard. Um, like this is what we're doing, right? We're basically analyzing the content of a message, right? And then we're manually creating a playbook and being like, the first sentence is this, second sentence is this, the third sentence is the fourth sentence. But like that, I just thought of a different way. Maybe you just get ChatGPT to create the strategy for you. Huh. I kind of like that. Maybe we'll need to revamp that. So that would help us with that. So one of the milestones that we need to do is create playbooks for agency. And I have not had time to actually like focus on doing that task because um why? Oh, because I've been doing other things, and like I said, this takes time. And yeah, I think I'm gonna need to use ChatGPT, because if I can use ChatGPT to create this text over here, do all the testing for me, then I think we can go a long way. So create playbooks for agency, task, use AI help. Right? I'm just gonna do that so that AI can help us create that faster. Right? The next one is 12 new campaigns. Right. Leverage expert copy writers. This is one that I've just started using, and it's actually pretty helpful. When you onboard a client, right, we have to create 12 new campaigns. And I don't think I actually showed it to you guys. Where is that? It's in the whiteboards, go to market strategy. Right, so this is the go to market strategy. Right? We create a bunch of campaigns. Like this is what we go to market with. So an expert copywriter can help with this. But the good thing with expert copywriters is they write the copy, and then right, we can take that copy and simply add it to the playbooks. So we use the copywriters long enough until we've got enough playbooks that we can start to leverage internally. And by the way, the playbooks go into the campaigns section over here, which when we add a playbook, it creates the copy for us automatically, and I've got videos for that. So AI copywriters. So once the copywriters create that, we need to create clay tables, right? We need to create clay tables. Now, this is actually probably somewhere I need to spend time on, because currently it takes me time. And I've got my clay organized too, by the way. Like if we go into my clay workspace, I've got it organized, right? I've got a master campaign table, but it still like takes time, like because you have to create 12. So a few things. One, create create more clay templates for different use cases. And then the second thing is leverage expert clay consultants. Honestly, because I was not really thinking about this, I'm going to be honest. But that might actually be good. Because if we have a clay consultant, they build the table, we add it to the templates. Like that, that. All right, that I think that's gonna be on my to-do list. Yeah, I'm gonna add. So now I've got 3 to-do lists, because this is what we're doing about, like, what do I need to actually do to un unchain myself, debottleneck myself to unlock 50K per month with like no employees or whatever. One, create internal SOPs. So actually, let's write out the tasks. Tasks, right? Tasks. It's gonna be create internal SOPs, leverage external experts for quick execution, and then just bring that into the SOPs. Okay. And this I use a vendor for this. So this is good. This is good. Currently using a vendor, and I also I have also have backup domains. So actually, I'm just going to do this as well so that we know what we need to work on. So this, I need to do that, create clay tables for templates, loading, right? And then leverage expert copywriters. I just started doing this. And then this, it's also loading. So if I can create the if like we've got the copywriters and I like what they did. So now we just need to add that into our playbooks so that we can leverage. But we also need to restructure how the playbooks look so that it's good. Whew! This is an interesting one. Maybe because I don't actually do this, right? So reply templates. This is loading. We need to document every single reply gotten. Um, document every single reply we've gotten. An SOP to make templated replies. Create an SOP to make templated replies. Right, because I don't actually do this yet. Currently, what I do is when a reply does come through, I just reply to that manually. And I would say that I don't have enough replies to get a meaningful enough sample size for something like this. You know what I mean? This is an example of a reply, which is not interested. Appreciate the kind words. You potentially need any other roles. We've completed over 2,500 searches. If no. Well, this could be a reply playbook, right? Which could be like, all right, so we've got a PS line that says people typically work with us because value proposition. If yes, if not, these could always be the same. And then this is just the value prop, which is we've completed X number of, we've done X for Y, whatever. And then, do you potentially need any other roles? This is a recruiting client. Do you potentially, what about like a freaking, like a freaking SaaS tool, do you potentially need any other what? Like I would be future projecting into the future. I would be projecting into the future, essentially. Um, that's interesting because I don't even have an information request one here. Like as you can see, I don't even have an information request template, but I've got one for 55 knots. We're a mix of both. Like this is not a template that you might want to use. Like we recruit talent, then they work with your company, right? This is obviously replying to someone who says, "What do you do?" Right? This could be a fun YouTube video though. I think I'm gonna make this YouTube video right after this. Just gonna add it over here. So create a video for reply templates. This could be a fun video. I'm just trying to think of like how do you actually like write these? Right, reschedule call. Seems something that may have come up. I understand. If finding is still a priority, like you could actually put that for every single person, technically, right? Now we don't need to actually put a reschedule call. See, people ask me, what is your I mean, 55 knots. People did ask for what is your pricing? Blue signal. Pricing varies a lot depending on the guarantee. We've completed over 200. Well, let's go back to this. What actually goes into this time? Right? What actually goes into this time? It's replying to emails, fixing deliverability issues, dealing with random. So it actually might be worth it to spend time doing this. And maybe it's not document every reply we've gotten. It's just create. Honestly, I think it might just be this. Just that's it. Because it's like if you look at my playbooks SOP, it doesn't say find every single reply you've ever sent or that exists on the internet and create something about it. It simply says whenever something does happen, we've got a system for it. In which case, in which case, in which case, I might as well just add a custom field over here. Apollo sequence strategy created. Like these would follow the same thing. So we would basically, that's a good point. So we basically need to create a brand new field. So drop down. And then this is going to be called email type, right? And the email, this is going to be prime email email reply subsequence subsequence reply playbook. Well, isn't that other one called playbook type? Oh no, it's just called playbooks. So we can actually just call this playbooks type. Playbooks type. And then I'm gonna give these fancy colors. So this is gonna be purple. Reply type is gonna be orange. And then subsequence is gonna be pink. And all of these are basically just email playbook. That's all they are. Playbook type. Mm. And then the other thing is, instead of making these green, I probably want to make them equivalent to their type, right? So like these are green, signifying complete, but maybe it's better to just make these colored the same as their type, so that when we are picking them, right? When we go into the campaigns and we're choosing a playbook, we know which type it is based on the color. Okay, so that's a good one. So reply templates and also subsequence templates. And honestly, like, what do we put over here? Create playbooks for agency. I think that's just it. Create playbooks for agency. Boom. Because we've just done that. And then onboarding meetings. Honestly, this is good. Honestly, I think this is good. Usually not very time consuming. Though it does need to be standardized. It does need to be standardized. I just don't think it's the most time consuming thing, right? And also, like I already have like in my client process as I'm onboarding clients, we've got all these things going on. Like when we move a client over to the active status, we've got client comms. Client comms comes up with an email. Sorry, with a message over here says we are live. It's got an email draft. So I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Usually not very time consuming, and then I'm just gonna say like complete, right? I just need to basically complete client comms setup. So if I can do this within the first 2 weeks, like all automated. So obviously it's not it's not all automated. And honestly, I'm just gonna put this as temporary. Temporary long term play. Within the first 2 weeks, we're done. All the administrative tasks, we've like that's what we want to see. We want to see checked off. So check off, check off, check off, check off, check off, check off, check off. Oh, we can check this off. Also have backup. Do we have... Well, technically, there's some things that we can actually do to make this better, but for the most part, I'll say that it's checked off. So this is my task. Find clay consultant to help me build clay tables really quickly, despite the fact that I can build the clay tables myself. We need to be able to find someone to help us do some quick execution stuff. Quick execution over here. My job is to take everything that these experts are doing, turn it into internal SOPs, automate those internal SOPs, and then eventually phase out the experts. But internally, we're going to be able to create 12 campaigns. Honestly, 12 clay tables, 12 new clay tables, um, a bunch of reply templates, a bunch of subsequence templates, communication on point, and then weekly create one new campaign. So if I've got, so this is where it gets interesting, right? If I've got 8 clients, right? So if we're talking 8 to 12, 16 clients, this might mean 8 to 16 new tables slash campaigns. New clay tables slash campaigns. Therefore, long term, like I think this feeds off the onboarding process. So it's like, can we create strong enough internal SOPs that we can create 8 to 16 new clay tables slash campaigns seamlessly? Well, technically, if we're onboarding new clients are getting 12 campaigns. Those are not exclusive to one client over another client. So we can technically use those clay tables across all of our clients. So the more clients we bring on, the more knowledge we build internally, the more assets we get, the easier it becomes to create 8 to 16 new clay tables. Therefore, it goes back to create internal SOPs. Because leveraging an external consultant, they're not going to be creating 8 to 16 new tables, campaigns. They're going to be creating 12 camp. I don't know. Like, this is a lot, because I think this has to be an internal play, right? Because what an expert has to do is they have to research a client, they have to research the customers they serve, they have to research the pain points, and it's much easier to create 8 campaigns for the same client than it is to create one campaign for 8 different clients with different value propositions, with different problems they solve, with different things. Therefore, I think that has to be an internal play. So it's loading. It's loading. But it also means we need to... Loading. This also means that we need to create one new clay create... This is not even hard. Go to the clients. The only thing I wonder is, are we able to create a task in a different list? We are. Now, are we able to add custom fields to that? We're not. Like, we're not able to map the custom fields. This is not hard to do though. So we need to create, right? So this is to do create new task. Whatever, I'm gonna have to change that. So we do ClickUp, list filtered tasks, clients, we grab that. Workspace ID is called a Fonto. Fonto, order by, doesn't matter. Yes, include closed, it doesn't matter the status. List ID is over here. We're gonna limit it to just one client because I don't want everybody to see my clients. And then we're good. So this is gonna be called get client. Uh, we're gonna limit it to the active because I don't think that's done right now. So status is called active. All right, so we've got myself. Boom, that looks good. And now we just need to create a task. Instead of replicating the settings and all that stuff, let me just actually find creating campaigns, create new task, campaign 1, copy module, boom. And then over here, we get company, boom. And obviously, like if we had an account manager, we've got like who this task belongs to, right? So user ID, assignees, right? So who's this task assigned to? It would be the account manager. And so we would assign this task to the account manager. But since we don't have anyone else, it's just going to be assigned to me. Assigned to me. And custom field. Client. That's about it. That is about it. Maybe we might want to like get a Slack notification like, hey, new task. Honestly, though, I don't think so. I don't think we need that. Um, that's going to be something else. All right. So create a new task. So if I go over here, this is a brand new week. We go to the campaign section over here, refresh the page. We've got these ones that we've got to do. On a brand new week, we get one brand new task. And that task basically says create a campaign. It's assigned to me. I get an assigned comment, choose campaign playbook. Perfect. This looks awesome. So, I mean, honestly, it's done. Like there's literally not much else. So click up. Maybe I'll do creating campaigns so that it's easily searchable. Creating campaigns, create a new weekly task for a user. Boom. And then every Saturday, I want to do this. So days of the week, every Saturday at 8 a.m. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., I want to create a brand new task for all my active clients. Let's also remove this limit over here. We don't need that. Boom, boom, and then we're done. Save changes. Boom. So this is actually done. So it's like we create internal SOPs. If we finish the SOPs at the top over here, then we're good. We don't need to do anything else. Campaign report, this goes back to this, right? Complete client column setup. So client column setup, we complete that. We're going to be good. Basic updates, highlight positive. Ooh, this is a good one. So this one is actually more of a organized, like a business habit. This is more of a business habit. Business habit. Check analytics every day. Now, there's many ways you can actually like implement habits like this. One, you can like the weekly report. It's like I don't really want to add a calendar event for that, something like that. But that would be good. That's something I just have to think about. But I know that like to solve this, basic updates, highlight positive, highlight negatives, we just need to check our analytics. And also, I guess it's also like create analytics dashboard. And talk about strategy would go into that one. And so I think this is everything we're going to need to go from where we're at to 50K per month. Because it's all about time. It's all about being able to do 8 to 16 clients at 40 hours per week, making sure that we're getting good results and they're consistent. So good results across 16 clients is all we need. And in order for us to do good results, we're going to want to have as many campaigns as possible. Volume negates luck. Right? If you have 12 campaigns and all of them suck, then like create more campaigns. But 12 campaigns is more than most people do. So volume negates luck. Clay tables that are all different, different automations, different things, right? Same thing, volume negates luck. Reply templates, being prepared ahead of time. So when leads do come through, we are ready to go, ready to reply, ready to act quickly, right? Subsequence templates, we've got that taken care of. Same reasoning as the reply templates. And then communication, making sure that communication is good. And administrative tasks, this is something that we've done, we've completed. This is my my Mona Lisa. It's literally my favorite automation of every single automation that I have. Like I've got a bunch, and nothing comes close to this client onboarding automation. Not even close. Um, but I think it's because it's the most refined one. It's the one that I've actually like completed, right? So administrative tasks, and I'm not completed, just like I've gotten the furthest. And then on a weekly basis, so it all comes back to the playbooks. Playbooks, templates, same thing as playbooks. Man, we're so close. Because once I figure this out, we're scaling. We're going back to sales and we're selling the shit out of this service. Where am I going? Anyways, that is besides the point. So the video is about to end in a few seconds. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, just let me know. Leave a comment down below. If you like this, leave a like and subscribe for more videos. Cheers.